Today's MTG box analysis is going to be for the April 12th booster box opening of Jumpstart 2022. We'll start off with a review of the Jumpstart 2022 themes, and then we'll move into a comparison of the cards in the set to the cards that we saw in the box. Then we'll take a look at set coverage, coverage by rarity, and duplication. From a value perspective, we'll look at the set value and the actual value in the box. Then we'll close it out with a summary. I've also prepared a comparison of the 5 different draft boxes that we opened thus far on the channel. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and at least 100 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's start things off by taking a look at the 46 different themes available in Jumpstart 2022. Each of the colors of Magic features 2 mythic themes, 3 rare themes, and 4 common themes. Then there's one colorless theme called Urza's, which is also a mythic theme. There's only a single variant of each of the mythic themes, 2 variants of each of the rare themes, and 4 variants of each of the common themes. And since there's 11 mythic themes, 15 rare themes, and 20 common themes, that means that there's a total of 121 variants available in Jumpstart 2022. Now let's compare the cards that we saw in this box to the set. This chart shows all the cards we saw in green and the set in gray as the baseline. From a card perspective, based on the themes that we saw 1 colorless, 36 white, 39 blue, 91 black, 46 red and green, as well as 27 artifacts, 36 non-basic lands, and 158 basic lands. From a coverage perspective, we saw 283 unique cards out of a possible 834 in the set, which means that we saw 34% coverage. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in black, seeing 50%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, we saw 37% of the commons, 33% of the uncommons, as well as 25 unique rares for 21% coverage, and 6 mythics for 19% coverage. From a theme variant perspective, we saw 15 common themes for 19% coverage, 8 rare themes for 27% coverage, and 1 mythic theme for 9% coverage. From a duplication perspective, the majority of the repeats were in the basic lands as expected. We ended up seeing 52 cards duplicated 197 times for a box duplication rate of 41%. However, if we back out all of those basic lands, only 37 cards were repeated 91 times for a duplication rate of 17%. Now, before we take a look at the value that we saw in this box, let's baseline with a look at the market prices of the cards in the Jumpstart 2022 set. This chart shows all 834 cards in the set, and the values you see are based upon market prices from April 11th, 2023. Currently, the set features 12 cards valued over $10. The top 2 are Ash Coat of Shadow Swarm, valued at $37.19, and Rhystic Study, valued at $41.72. The set also features 13 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 55 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 754 cards are currently valued less than $1. If you were to add up the total value of all 834 cards, you'd be looking at a market value of $596.77. Now let's take a look at the actual observed value in this box. I'd say we did pretty good considering we hit 5 of the 12 cards valued over $10. We saw Rodolph the Dustbringer valued at $10.73, the Benevolent Hydra at $12.78, and then from our 1 mythic theme, we saw Karn Liberated and the Walking Ballista valued at $12.83 and $13.21 respectively. And finally, we saw the most valuable card in the set, the Rhystic Study, valued at $41.72. We also pulled 3 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 16 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 456 cards that we saw were all valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box through a Patreon agreement for $89 even. The current market price for these boxes as of April 11th, 2023 is $107.24. Today's Jumpstart booster box contained 24 theme packs, each with 20 cards, allowing us to see a total of 480 cards. The 24 tokens that we saw have a market value of $4.14. The 158 basic lands have a market value of $12.60. The 198 commons are currently valued at $36.55, and the 93 uncommons have a value of $31.34. Those 25 rares are currently valued at $102.15, and finally the 6 mythics are valued at $22.79. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to an amazing $209.57 in market value, which is a gain of $120.57 over the price I paid, and means that this box returned 235% of my purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 13 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $127.83, which means that those 13 cards represent 61% of the total box value and more than paid for the box. Was this the best box we've ever opened on the channel? Let's find out. Over the life of the set, I've paid different amounts for the boxes, but they've all been within a few dollars of each other until now. Through a special relationship, I was able to obtain this box for $89 even. Now, from a coverage perspective, these boxes are very consistent, seeing between 30 and 34% of the cards in every single box. What has varied are the number of themes by Rarity. For the common themes, we've seen 16 twice, but I've also seen that number as high as 18 and as low as 14, and today's box was in alignment with 15. From a rare theme perspective, I've now seen 5 once, 4 twice, and 8 twice. And from a mythic perspective, I've now seen anywhere between 1 and 4, with 1 occurring twice, 4 occurring twice, and 2 occurring once. From a card perspective, the boxes have ranged between 23 and 28 rares and 4 to 8 mythics, and today's box was right in the middle with 25 rares and 6 mythics. From a value perspective, I've adjusted all of the prices of the previous boxes to today's market value, so we're doing a true apple-to-apple comparison. The tokens and lands are generally producing around $17 in value per box. The commons have been as low as $22 and as high as $40, and today's box came in on the high end at $36. The uncommons have ranged between $22 and $37 per box, again with today's box coming in at the high end at $31. The rares are ranging somewhere between $35 and $88 until today's box, when we saw $102.15 in rare card value. Finally, in the mythic category, we've seen between $14 and $53 in value, with today's box being a little bit on the low end at $22.79. In the end, these 5 boxes have contained between $110.13 and $222.47 in total card value, putting these 5 boxes at an average return of $176.65. And while today's box didn't yield the most card value, it was technically the most profitable because of the lower cost of the box. Today's box returned 235%, whereas the first box opened in December only returned 214%. I hope you've enjoyed this look back and comparison of 5 different Jumpstart 2022 booster boxes. If you did, drop me a comment and let me know. If you have some feedback, leave me a comment about that too. Thank you so much for watching. I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to all of the channel members. Your support helps fund this operation and allows me to create the content that you all enjoy. If you're not yet a channel member, I invite you to consider becoming one. By joining, you'll gain early access to videos and many other perks. If you're interested in supporting the channel but don't want to become a member, there are several other ways that you can show your support. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue with the channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do something amazing.